So good evening, everybody. We're here, we're live. Who is here tonight? Virginia, Dan, Michelle, Jessica, Farina, Amy, Lila, welcome. And there are more coming on. So beautiful to have you, everybody. It's hard to believe that we are on the last day. Hi, my beautiful. This is crazy. For some of you, I know kind of midweek, it probably was like, when is this going to end? And then all of a sudden we're at the end. Hello. So lovely to have you guys. Welcome. So, I always get sad on Sunday, the last Sunday of this program, because it's kind of like we've held this sacred space and now we're going to go off out into our worlds. Hi, Lila. So let's begin this evening with our oils. If you have your oil close by, grab it. If not, rub your hands together. Activate that mind-body connection. Close your eyes. Find your yoga breath. Feel the heat that you're generating between your hands. Activating the oils if you have it. Otherwise, simply activating that mind-body connection. And then combining that mind-body connection with your breath. And using that to bring you into the present. So speed it up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And if you're using oils, cup the oil, your hands in front of your nose. Or if you're not, you can just bring your hands to your heart. And let us begin tonight with 5 slow, deep breaths. Sit up nice and tall. Let your shoulders slide down your back. Feel your sitting bones spread wide and root down into the earth. Relax your belly. And take a deep breath in through your nose. Just feel your belly rise, drawing the breath up into your chest. And then as you exhale, gently feel your chest contract. And your navel move towards your spine. Just full, slow, deep, full body breaths. Exhaling, letting go anything that is pulling you back to the past or taking your mind into the future. Just allowing yourself to be here now with your body, with your breath, with this sacred global tribe. Beautiful. One more delicious deep breath in. Exhale out. And if your hands are cupping your nose, just bring them to your heart. And just take a moment to feel. Feel how you're feeling. How have you been this week? How different are you from when you started last Monday or even last Sunday when we had our first sort of pre-program webinar? Feeling and acknowledging what may have changed for you. Taking a couple more deep breaths, just allowing gratitude to fill your heart for everything that happened this week, whether you were stuck or unstuck, whether you were able to follow the program or jumped in and out of it, whether you weren't able to follow it at all but still stayed present with non-judgmental awareness. Whatever it is, just be with your feelings in your heart. Acknowledge them all. Just feel gratitude for every single thing that led you up to this moment right now. Take one more big breath in. Exhale it out. And on your inhale, open your eyes. Beautiful to see everybody. And to those who have just joined us, welcome. So good to see you. So tonight in our closing webinar, we're going to cover a little bit about the very important post-detox phase of your program. Super important. And then I thought I would share with you 10 things that I do to stay inspired every day. So, you know, I'm just like you, spiritual being having a human experience with my waves that rise and fall every day, every single day. But I have these tools that I fall back on, where before I may have fallen back on other tools like alcohol or caffeine or dysfunctional relationships, or all the tools that I may have fallen back on when life got rough. Now I use the tools of yoga, meditation, healthy eating, and self-care to pick me up when life really brings me to my knees, which it has done often and will do, because this is what life is all about. It brings us to our knees sometimes, doesn't it? Or at least wobbles our knees, right? It's not always up there and wonderful. That's only on Instagram, honey. So let's talk about the post-detox. So this next phase of the program, if you decide to come off the program, so there are many, many people that do this 7-day Shakti activation, but give themselves a challenge maybe for another week or even 21 days. As I've said many times on the program, it takes 3 days to let go, 7 days to renew, and 21 days to a whole new you. So you may be feeling terrific and you're ready for your cup of coffee tomorrow, or you're going out, or it's your birthday, like it will be mine, not tomorrow, but Tuesday, and you know you're going to celebrate. Go for it. But I want to give you a little guidelines of how to come off a detox, because it is vitally important, okay? So thank you, Amy. Thank you. Birthday coming up. So 54. Oh my God, where did the time go? It's crazy. Anyway, so coming off the program, if tomorrow is the day you come off, or if it's in a week or in 21 days or whenever, what you want to do is take advantage of this 7 days where you've come off of sugar, alcohol, wheat, dairy, and all acidic producing foods, and add them back into your diet one at a time. So for example, if tomorrow you want to have a cup of coffee and you've been off coffee all week, do not have coffee with condensed milk or milk and sugar, or go to Starbucks and get a latte, okay? You want to have just black coffee and see how your body responds. Or you can do black coffee with almond milk. But you don't want to do coffee and dairy and sugar all at the same time, because you'll never truly get to understand what your toxic trigger is. If tomorrow you're dying for a piece of cheese, please don't have the cheese with crackers, because you'll never understand. If you get a reaction, you won't know if it's the crackers or the cheese. And I'm going to explain this a little bit more in detail, right? If you are going to have alcohol, don't have the alcohol with cheese and crackers, you know, wine, cheese, and crackers. Don't go to a wine and cheese cracker party tomorrow night, okay? Just have the wine. And be very conscious if it's white wine or red wine. Sugar, if you're going to, you know, you're dying for ice cream, have some ice cream, but don't have the ice cream with cake, with wheat and flour, okay? Here is why. You want to take on one of those toxic triggers at a time, and then wait for 4 to 6 hours to notice if your body has a reaction. So for example, I had no idea in my life that I had a reaction to wheat or gluten. No idea. This is 8 years ago now. I ate a lot of whole wheat pastas. I did everything whole wheat. I thought that was just healthy 8 years ago. Now nobody was eating whole wheat pasta. That was like, oh, you eat whole wheat pasta and whole wheat bread. Everybody was hard bread at that time. Excuse me. And I had no idea why my digestive system was such a mess. I thought it was the coffee or the 2 glasses of wine I was having every night, because I was so stressed at the time. When I came off my detox for 40 days, I did it, by the way. And I had my first piece of toast. I remember I was just craving bread. And I had my first piece of toast. Boom. My stomach was swole up again. I had that same reaction. For 40 days, I did not have that reaction. It was wild. And that is when I went and actually officially tested myself and I had an intolerance to gluten. And that is how this whole thing, this whole cookbook, this whole detox life that I have created for others came out of that awareness, because I found out that I had an intolerance to gluten. I found out when I had my first cup of coffee after not drinking coffee for 40 days that, okay, I got a little buzz, but I didn't have a headache or a weird reaction. So it was really the gluten. And so a lot of people don't realize that dairy is a reason why they get such sinus issues or allergy issues. So if you're going to add back a piece of cheese or yogurt or milk, have just that. Don't mix it in with any of the bad boys, okay? I had a client once who finished my detox, jumped on a plane with a bunch of girls to go to a bachelorette party. And on the plane, they had this big feast with champagne, cheese, and crackers, and sweets, like little things, whatever. They did this whole thing, and she vomited the entire way. She was so sick. So on Monday morning, do not wake up and have a cheese omelet with hardo bread and butter and wash it down with a mimosa and have coffee and condensed milk, okay? Please don't do that to your beautiful body. Add one at a time. And if you're going to go ahead and continue this for a few days, a few more days, maybe you're feeling amazing. Maybe you're just starting to feel yourself now coming, toxins are really, really out. Continue. It is a safe program. This is not really even, a detox. It is a beautiful way to live. All right. Great question. So Karina's asking, maybe too late, can we use peanuts during the detox? I think I mentioned it before, or it's somewhere in the manual, that peanuts are peanuts are one of those nuts that so many of us are allergic to, but we have eaten them so much in our life that we don't realize it. This is why probably half the schools, if not more in the US, ban peanut butter or any kind of nuts from coming to school, because so many children have allergies to nuts, particularly to peanuts. So what science has shown is that the peanut, because it grows on the ground, is kind of one of the lowest forms of the nuts. And I love peanuts too. So they're kind of addicting. Like once I start eating peanuts, I can't stop. But if you notice, there are no peanuts really on my detox. So the answer, I hope it's not too late, but no peanuts. So I stay away from peanuts. All of my recipes have almond nuts or almond butter of that in them. I stay away from peanuts as much as I can. Of course, sometimes, you're driving in Kingston and Montego Bay and the nuts man comes up with that bag of hot nuts, and we'll get them in the car and the kids will have them and I'll have a few and I love them, but stay away from the peanuts a little bit. Good question. I'm sorry if I didn't talk about that enough. Yes, so please ask any questions right now. Oh, Amy asked, thank you, Amy, I almost missed that. Is soy okay? So here's another thing. You'll also notice on my detox, no wheat, no soy, and no corn. Wheat, soy, and corn are the three most genetically modified foods on earth. So much so that a wheat kernel is actually the oldest food to be genetically modified. And this is why, or what scientists are saying, is causing so many gut health issues now. If you were to take a wheat kernel from 50 years ago, Amy, and compare it to what a wheat kernel looks like it now, they look completely different. In fact, they're calling it Frankenstein wheat. It doesn't even look like what a wheat kernel looked like 50 years ago. And what scientists are finding out is that there's something in that genetically modified wheat that is causing proliferation in the gut, which is causing leaky gut syndrome, and why so many of us are experiencing this sense of feeling toxic, like something's really wrong in our bodies. So no corn, no wheat, and no soy. Soy is another one that's genetically modified. If you can find organic sources of soy, and I do believe, I am told there's I'm forgetting the name of the brand, but I do occasionally buy tofu in Jamaica in the supermarket. And I'm told that that brand is organic from the person who knows the person that makes it, but I don't know. But there are organic soy brands, but soy also contains a lot of estrogen. And I think that that had an effect of why I have Hashimoto's disease. At the time when I had Hashimoto's disease, as full vegetarian, I was drinking soy milk every day, either with my cereal or in my coffee. I was having tofu 3-4 times a week because I ate no meat or fish, chicken, anything at all. And so I think a high production of estrogen can throw your endocrine system off. So I generally stay away from wheat, soy, and corn. Yes, Michelle, great questions. There were no tomatoes in your detox menus. Is that because of the acidity? May we have them now? How? Raw or cooked? Such a great question. So I take out not just tomatoes from the program, but also all nightshades. The nightshade family is tomatoes, eggplants, red bell peppers, red, green, or yellow bell peppers, and regular potatoes. Now, I don't know why sweet potatoes are not in the nightshade family. Those group of foods, even though individually, and there are many cultures like the Italian culture that lives on tomatoes or the Lebanese culture that lives on eggplant. However, for many, many people, not everybody, everybody's genetic makeup is different, but for many people, nightshades cause inflammation. And tomatoes in particular cause a lot of acidity in the body. Now, I know how freaking hard it is to cook without tomatoes, right? However, I want you to do me a favor, all of you, when you add back tomatoes, just have some tomatoes. Just have some tomatoes with salt and pepper. Notice how you feel. You're going to feel that subtle acidic feeling in your stomach. So tomatoes are super acidic. That's why we call pizza the trifecta. So pizza, I know, I don't want to make your life sound awful, but just be very mindful about what you're eating. Pizza is wheat, tomatoes, and cheese. It's like the trifecta no-no for your body. You can change it up and do a plantain-based pizza, and you can use, a pesto instead of a tomato-based sauce, and you can use, chicken or whatever, or veggies, but, those are very acidic, the tomatoes, so be careful. Add back some raw tomatoes and see how you feel. What if you're low on estrogen? What should you eat? If you're low on estrogen, what should you eat? So Lila, for me, example, I am in menopause now, and I am taking a low dose of estrogen, a bioidentical estrogen. I don't really know what would be a safe estrogen producing food. I can look that up for you, but I don't really know. But I take a very, very minute dose of estrogen now that I'm in menopause, but a natural bioidentical estrogen. Danny, great question. She wants to know, I've asked before, but just want to clarify, will we have access to all the content all the time? Okay, here's the most amazing news, Danny. You are, all of you, Shakti activators for life. As long as this program is running, and I don't think I'll be going anywhere with it without it for now. I am so committed to this program. You have access to this course material at any time. All you need to do is go into that Rizuko platform, with your login, and it will all be there. Your day one yoga, your meditation, your self-inquiry questions. You have your manual with all your recipes. If you can't find your manual is actually there too in the lesson plan. All the tutorials. You have this program for life. And better yet, when I run this program, which I run 3 to 4 times a year, the next one will be June 3rd to the 9th. My pre-summer Shakti activation, June 3rd to the 9th. You re-register with us. You get a special email. You re-register with us and you do the program for free. So you're a lifer, baby. Yes, you will have this material. So tomorrow morning, you can wake up and hit video 1 and start this whole week over again on your own. So this is a huge gift. And I just also want you to know that June is probably the last time I'm going to be able to hold it at this $97. I think all of you will agree that there's so much more value to it. And I really just wanted to get it out to as many people as I can. So it won't be super more crazy. It's not going to be crazy expensive, but it's going to be a little bit more than $97 after the June one. So please tell all your friends. It would do me the hugest favor if you can just share some of your experiences with your friends and encourage them to sign up with you and do it again with you in June. I always find 3 months time. So we did this in April to May, April to May to June. That's 2 months time. It's a little close, but I wanted to run a pre-summer one, but it's such a great idea to just get your mindset back into good habits, you know? So yes, Danny, I absolutely love the yoga and meditation. Such a gift. Thank you. Thank you so much for you guys for doing it. It's a gift. It's a gift that I was given. I mean that. I swear to you, sometimes when I'm speaking in yoga or meditation, I don't know where it's coming from. And I'm just here to share it with you. Stacy Ann, there's some elements that I want to keep from this program, but what are your views on other meats other than tuna, for example, chicken? So Stacy, I eat chicken and I eat fish. I have not eaten red meat or pork or lamb or any of that stuff since I was 15. But I exercise a lot. I'm a yogi primarily, but I also go to the gym 5 days a week. And I find that my body does better on a little animal protein. So I eat fish and I eat chicken. And there's actually some chicken on this menu. So I believe in that. I'm very, very lucky here in Montego Bay to be able to get chicken from a hormone-free, free-range chicken farm delivered to my house. And I pay a premium for that because I think it's very important that, you know, we're eating as less hormone-fed animal protein as possible. Being a pure vegetarian just didn't work for my body. It just didn't work for my body. And I feel better when I eat a little chicken or fish. And this is what I do. For example, today we got some fresh tuna. So I had some people for lunch and we had beautiful grilled tuna, you know, with our salads and whatever else we serve. So if I have animal protein for lunch, then I don't have animal protein for dinner. So for tonight, I may just have a vegetarian soup and that's it for dinner. Actually, we ate so late, I'll probably just have a cup of soup tonight. If I I'm going to be having some chicken for dinner, I have a vegetarian lunch. So I'm really only eating animal protein once a day. And sometimes there are many days when I don't have it at all. But I would say I eat animal protein 3 to 4 times a week. I hope that helps you. What about probiotics or prebiotics pills do you recommend? What about them? Thanks, Amy, great question. I completely recommend probiotic pills. I think probiotics are so, so important. I'm not really so informed as what prebiotics are versus probiotics, but I definitely take a high quality probiotic. And remember, probiotic pills, there are probiotics and then there's proper ones that have the proper strain of probiotics in them. I keep mine in the fridge and it's really good. Otherwise from that, in terms, all my vitamins are right here in terms of what I do. I take a multivitamin every day. This also comes from doTERRA, where I get my oils. This is a chewable A to Z vitamin. I take curcumin, which is an extract from turmeric. For your joints, I take this because I practice yoga so much. I just want to keep my joints as soft. This is my job. So I take turmeric a lot. This is the extract from turmeric. I take vitamin D3 because, believe it or not, most of us, even though we live in the Caribbean, are vitamin D3 deficient. I did a test and found I was very low on vitamin D3. I was like, what? So I take that. I take a Super B Extra. Give me more energy. And what else do I take here in my little pill box here? And then I take SRQ, which has Q10 in it. So those are my supplements that I take on a daily basis. Marcia says the program has been amazing. Thank you, Sharon. I hope to incorporate as much of the practices in my daily life. Love doTERRA, says Amy. Yeah, I love doTERRA. I mean, Amy, I used to have my own line of oils. I had the first aromatherapy company in Jamaica. It's called Starfish Oils. And I am as passionate about yoga as aromatherapy as I am about yoga. I love it. One day I'll bring the oils back, but for now I find that doTERRA is the most, the purest oils out there in the market that I've found, and they have such beautiful blends. Okay, so there are a couple of questions here. Karina says it's okay to skip certain meals like a snack or breakfast if we get busy. Great question. The more I understand, I didn't even know what intermittent fasting was until sort of this year when everybody was talking about it. But the more I switch from like a really heavy breakfast, you know, to something light, I feel like my body really likes that digestion. So for me, like if you're going to skip breakfast, at least have your green shake. Why? Because the alkalinity of all those greens in your body first thing in the morning on an empty stomach, getting all your vitamins and phytonutrients and your hydration, you know, all in one place is so good. So if you have your green shake and you don't eat anything till lunch, I think that's fine. And if you don't feel like you need that afternoon snack, don't have it. There's no reason for you to have it. Yeah. And then there was another question here. Realistically, what pH should my urine be? This is from Monica. So Monica, you want to have your, I had my pH strips here somewhere, but my mom wanted me to send them to Kingston to test my dad, so they're gone. But all the pH strip things are different. But if you look at the back, you want to have yourself at, you actually don't want to be too alkaline and you don't want to be too acidic. So you want to be, in most tests, it's like the 6.5 to 7.5 range, where you're just on the low end of alkaline. So it's really great to get those pH tests online if you can, and try them out and just follow the instructions. Monica says, I love a lot of your recipes. I definitely be using many of them. Great. And Monica and everyone, I'm not pushing this book, but it's 100 of those recipes. And I think you maybe have about 12 of them or 14 of them. There's so much to this book. It's such an easy to use book, and the recipes are simple. If I could have done them, anybody in the world could have done them, okay? So that's available on Amazon, or if you wanted a signed copy, you can just let me know. I sign them all the time. Here's one for a friend. And I can send them to you anywhere in Jamaica. This is going abroad, anywhere to Jamaica or abroad. Just let me know, just email me. Yeah. So any other questions about coming off the detox or continuing this program, let me know. Love the book. Thank you so much, Marina. Thank you. And Amy, yes, I want your cookbook. Amy, email me. Send me your address. I'll send you a PayPal. It's $45 US and we'll get you on right away. I'm going to the post office tomorrow to send all of these abroad, so let me know. Vivian, my darling Vivian, love the program. I bought the book for myself and one of my daughters. It's going on vacation with me. What about the lemon water in the morning? Don't apologize. Push the book, Monica says. Thank you. I have a little, sometimes it's hard for me, but it is such a damn good book, okay? Everybody get one right now. It's the best book ever. Yes, it is. I'm sorry. Unashamedly, it is an incredible book. Thank you, Monica. Vivian, lemon water in the morning. Such a great, great, great thing. I want to say one thing about the lemon water in the morning. If you have a tendency to receding gums, which I do, sometimes a lemon can be a little acidic on your gums. So when you drink the lemon water, if you have that tendency, swish normal water in your mouth right after and spit it out, or drink the lemon water with a straw. Okay, that's a great tip for you if you tend to get receding gums. So that's a great question. Ask me all the questions, guys. You have me. Marcia said, I also need the cookbook. We'll send an email shortly. Great, Stacy. LOL. Jane says, I have one. The book is very nice, very helping. Namaste. Thank you, darling. Lila, why does a green goddess soup call for being made in 2 parts instead of cooking everything together? Made in 2 parts. Let me see what you mean by that, Lila. Because that green goddess soup is like the easiest thing. I'm not sure what you mean there, Lila, but basically you heat up a pan, you saute the veggies, you add the coconut milk. Maybe how I put it there makes it a little confusing. So you put it in batches into the, so instead of pouring all of what you've just sauteed into the Vitamix or high sweet blender, you pour a little bit at a time, puree it, and then a little bit more and puree it, because it's when I used to pour everything into the high sweet blender at one time, it kind of choked up the blender. So maybe that's why we said it that way. But that's such an easy soup, and you can do it with anything. Like you can do it with zucchini, whatever greens you have left over. I had a ton of spinach the other day, so I use spinach instead. Or you can use broccoli, or even string beans are really amazing. And again, that's super alkalining. Excellent tips about the lemon water. Thank you. Marina, it's my dentist, by the way. So, and also same thing for those drinking vinegar in the morning. So thank you. See, my dentist is endorsing this. I know, Michelle said, I know he said freeze the lemon juice when available, but I just cannot get any right now. What you recommend? You can get limes. I'm assuming you're in Jamaica, right, Michelle? So there are limes and lemons, same thing. So you can get your limes, squeeze them and freeze them, same thing. Lemons are just a little bit nicer, but they're fine. You can't get limes either. Okay, so you can do a little bit of apple cider vinegar. Same thing, apple cider vinegar. And what Doc says, when you take the apple cider vinegar, same thing. Flush out your mouth with water and spit it out. Danny, I'm a soup master. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And in the book too, oh my gosh, there is some amazing soup. So if you like chicken, one of my favorite soups is my chicken, kale, and mushroom soup. OMG, it is so good and so healing. When was it? In December, I went to Miami and I got this horrible flu, and I haven't been sick in like maybe 7 years. And I literally ate that soup for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. This is also a great soup, the homemade, fully loaded Jamaican soup. But the chicken soup is, the kale chicken soup is absolutely, incredible. It's a vegetarian pepper pot soup, spicy lentil soup. I want to talk a little bit about beans. Because since I started doing this detox program, here's a kale, chicken, and mushroom soup. Oh my gosh, this is such a healing soup. Absolutely nutritious and delicious. Beans. I've been doing a lot of research and also testing beans on myself, and there's a lot of new information coming out about beans and something in beans called lectins. And that lectins can tend to have that same effect on your gut as the nightshades are. And I've found that I have cut back on my beans a lot. And getting my protein more from chicken and fish, and also nuts and seeds. So think about, see if, you don't want to be doing too much of anything. Some of you maybe find that when you have beans that they're making you bloated. Think about beans a lot. And whenever you are doing beans, two things you must do is wash them, and then soak them before you cook them, and then cook them properly. Okay. The pumpkin soup is so divine. Thank you, Deborah. Stacey, and can you speak about fruits? I love having my fruits, but I'm concerned about the sugar, right? So fruits, of course, I love my fruits. Fruits are God's sugar, right? I love my fruits. And living in Jamaica, my God, we are so blessed. But like I said before in one of my webinars, when people would say to me, oh my God, I have a smoothie every day too. I have pineapple, mango, naseberry, pawpaw, and a banana in my shake. That is just one entire load of sugar, right? So in your green shakes, I use one fruit. So I may have my one fruit in the morning in my green shake. And then I love my fruits. I may have a fruit as a snack in the afternoon or the mid-morning. But I would say keep your fruits to a minimum. We're coming up to mango season here in Jamaica. So I know most of us, we just we just eat 4 or 5 mangoes a day. Be very mindful, 1 mango a day, and that's it. It's very, very sugary. And remember, sugar just turns into insulin in your body and gets stored as fat. Yes. So yes, I love my fruits, but that's just a reality. The elixirs, yes, the beans. Okay, so Danny talking about the elixir. So I love that lemongrass, ginger, turmeric elixir. That's, if you look in my fridge, it's always there. Come to my house, you can get a cup of it for tea, hot or cold. I just love it. And then the other one you have is the fennel, the cumin, and the fenugreek. Those are all special ingredients that help to bring down inflammation in your body. So that's why I have them. It's just a way to hydrate. It's a great substitute than reaching for a cup of coffee or tea. And it just helps to, especially that ginger turmeric one, those are anti-cancer, anti-inflammatory, high vitality, amazing stuff, right? Deborah, and Danny had talked about the beans before. And Deborah, we did just talk about the nightshades. Yes, I think everyone should cut back on the nightshades. So it's very hard not to cook with tomatoes, but you get more creative, right? So, I really love to use fresh herbs in my food, my thyme, my garlic, my cilantro, my parsley. Ginger I use a lot also. So cutting back on nightshades, I think, is important. But test it for yourself. Test the tomatoes, see if they cause inflammation or cause you to feel acidic in your stomach. Test the eggplant. Bell peppers, I know I hardly ever eat them anymore. They are like instant, my stomach gets into an acidic state. Amy, do you seaweed in cooking? Amy, I really should, because it's really good for your thyroid. And I don't a lot, not a lot. It's not easily accessible here. I mean, we can get what we need in the health food stores, and I love it when I do, but I don't use it a lot. If you have any great recipes, please share it. Marsha, is it okay to have jackfruit occasionally? So that's hilarious. Jackfruit is like, okay, I've never liked jackfruit. I just never liked the smell, whatever. Jackfruit, my dear, is now the latest thing in the superfood world. It is a superfood. People are making jackfruit curry and jackfruit burgers and this and that. Jackfruit actually contains protein. So if you're vegan or vegetarian, I don't remember what the percentage is, but it's this ridiculous amount of protein in jackfruit. And what I love with jackfruit, if you don't know this tip, is the seeds of the jackfruit. If you take them and roast them, they are so delicious, like chestnuts. And again, they're full. They're like a superfood. Do the research and you'll see jackfruit is like a superfood. You can Google how to cook jackfruit. You can curry it. You can make it into burgers. Like jackfruit is the next thing. I mean, everybody is doing it. I was just at a restaurant in Miami and they were serving jackfruit burgers. So that's okay to have. Deborah says, what do you think about kombucha? I used to drink a lot of kombucha. A lot of kombucha and a lot of kefir. I used to drink a lot. But I, again, feel like it has also a lot of yeast in it, natural forming yeast. And I think as women, we have to stay away from the fruit. In the jackfruit, I'm pretty sure the seed has a protein, but the actual fruit itself has a high level of protein. So I love the taste of kombucha. I love it, but I'm not drinking it as much as I used to. There was somebody here making it. I used to buy it every week and have it perhaps daily. And I was noticing I was getting like a yeast thing and fungus in my nails and stuff. So I've kind of cut back on that a bit. Do I consider lentils as a part of the bean group? Yep, lentils are part of the bean group, Jessica. And so wash your lentils really, really well. Soak them overnight. Cook them yourself. And let me come back to you on, I want to study the bean situation a little bit more because, like when I started doing and offering these programs, everything was about agave syrup. And then it turns out that agave syrup was nothing more than a huge marketing scam, a genius marketing scam. There's nothing better about agave syrup than honey, except it's more expensive. There was nothing that was good. It was not for hyperglycemic, pre-glycemic or non-glycemic or whatever. So there's so many things in the world. This whole thing about gluten-free, everything is gluten-free, but it's gluten-free, but it's all loaded with sugar and wheat. I mean, loaded with sugar and fats. So you have to be super careful about this, what's out there in this modern day world. Jackfruits, right? What about the Scotch bonnet peppers? Are they actually good for you, or is it just a taste? I think, well, definitely the taste for sure. I don't know. I use it a lot in my food for the taste, but I think a little bit of pepper is really good for your metabolism, Lila. I know, Amy, you love the mango kombucha. I love it too. Do you recommend celery juice in the morning? Yes, the medical medium is this big thing about the celery juice. And I would imagine, I haven't done like a long period of celery juice, but I would imagine that celery juice in the morning is good for you. I say go for it. Okay, Jackie's asked, good question. Why do you remove the skin from the almond when making the almond milk? So when I was writing that cookbook, at that time, I used to soak the almonds and painstakingly take all the flesh, all the skin off the almond milk. And the truth is, you don't really need to do that. As long as you soak the almonds, at least for 4 hours, drain off all that brown water that comes up, wash them, and then make them into the almond milk. You don't actually need to. I'm sorry if I gave you all that headache. I wish I could just erase that out of the book and the recipes, but you don't actually need to do that. I figured out not too long ago. So sorry about that. Yeah, great information. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I think there's one more question to ask a question. Hi, Jackie. What's the reason behind taking? Oh, sorry. It's right here. So you got it. When avocado, oh God, Michelle, tell me about it. When avocado is unavailable, what would you recommend? So for those of you that don't live in Jamaica, we get things when they're in season. So when avocado or pear, as we call it, is not in season, it's tough, right? It's really hard for me to do a detox without avocado because it's such a healthy fat and it's everything. You know what's a really nice substitute, Michelle, is hummus. Because it's creamy, you can put hummus on your breadfruit or put hummus on your fish burger or whatever. So that's the only thing that I can say. Nothing can take the place of avocado. I'm sorry. I know how you feel. Yes, removing the skin really makes the milk beautiful and white. That's for sure. But if that just doesn't matter to you, you don't really have to take the skin off. So I wanted to move quickly. Fish burger, never had that. Oh, the recipe is in here, Amy. They're the best. Whenever fish, whether believe it or not, in Jamaica, it's hard to get good fresh fish. It's so sad. But right now, fish are like running like crazy. I get fresh mahi or any type of fish like kingfish or wahoo that's not soft. And you make the most amazing fish burgers and freeze them. And so I just put there always fish burgers in my freezer. There they are. Fish burgers with a delicious creamy tahini dip. Oh my gosh, so good. So any other questions? Avocado, thank you. I added coconut oil to my avocado less kale nut seed salad. Very good. Very good. And what else did I add when I didn't have avocado to that? I can't remember. Yum. So also in the book, I wrote this little article once about 10 things I do to stay inspired every day. And I actually put it in the cookbook. So it's there all the way at the back if you haven't seen it. And I just wanted to go over and just share it with you guys because, please do not ever put me or anyone on a pedestal because we are all human beings having the same experience. And there's some days when life is just freaking tough. Jackie, I'll tell you about that after, about the Live Love, Live Life yoga tanks. Where are they? They're here somewhere. You can also email me and send me your address and I can let you know. I'll just address that super quickly. Sorry about that. I'm getting a little low on stock, but we're about to reorder some of these gorgeous hoodies here. They're beautiful hoodies. I love these for travel. I literally always am wearing this on the plane. In white, let's say Live Love. And then we have, this is a new one. It's an army green one that says Live Fit. And there's a really nice charcoal with silver one that says Live Life. And they're all flowy tanks. So if you see the back, so they're not tight fitting, they're kind of flowy, which I love. I don't really hate wearing tight fitting things. And this one is called Live Love with yellow and teal. So yes, any of those things. My website is all under construction right now. It's a total disaster. So anything like that you're interested, the book or the t-shirts, just email me with your size. I'll send you back a picture and say which one. And yeah, and these are $35 for the tank and $45 for the hoodie. Yes, so back to the 10 things that keep me inspired. Number one is just be grateful for it all. Be grateful for it all. You've heard me say over and over again, just come into the deepest of gratitudes for every single thing that's led you up to this moment. When no matter what you're going through, and we're all going through stuff, we all go through things, find that moment to just say thank you no matter what, because there's always somebody going through something worse than you. Gratitude is the most healing emotion, and that is the first thing that I put. That is a daily practice for me, gratitude. The second one is that remember that home is where the heart is. So whether you have children or not, you have a big family or it's just you, your home is the most important place. That's where you sleep. This is where your food comes from. This is where is your space. You know, I always say in my yoga classes, you must root down before you rise up. You know, you've got to root down before you rise up. That's just all first chakra stuff. Make sure before you leave your front door in the morning that things in your house are okay. The people in your house are good. The relationships in your house are good. Your house is tidy. It's organized. Start with your home first before you walk out that door and take care of anybody else. Take care of your family first. The third one, really important, is my non-negotiable hour of power. So I take an hour every single day, Saturday, Sunday too, to myself. That is where I do my exercise, I do my meditation, I do my deep relaxation. Sometimes I have more than an hour, sometimes I have a little bit less, but it is some time every day where I stop and do something for myself that makes me feel good, and preferably first thing in the morning, because inevitably life takes over and we get crazy and busy and things happen. And for me, it just means waking up early. And because with young kids, that's the only time you do have to yourself. And I just find now, like, waking up early is the most sacred time for me. I go to bed and I cannot wait for that alarm clock to go off. I know that sounds absolutely weird, but because I cannot wait to get up and do my meditation practice and just be in that space and then go and do some form of exercise. That's just, it's what I do. And it's not for everybody, but at least that meditation in the morning is just absolutely key. And I hope if it's one takeaway, if it's a one thing of everything that you're seeing this week, is one thing is that meditation, that time to just be still and drop into the throne room of your own heart, even if it's just 5 minutes. So my non-negotiable hour of power. Of course, eat high vitality foods for the temple. As I say here, I believe with all my heart that the precious body God gave each of us is a temple of the divine, a temporary home for our soul. It is so important to honor and respect this temple by putting high vitality, organic as possible, unprocessed, clean foods into our temple to keep our souls shining bright. The day I started loving my body and treating it as a temple was a day my long struggle with weight issues and eating disorders stopped, and I loved myself to health. Today, my body is lean, agile, and full of energy. Get a positive start to each day with lemon water to flush out toxins and drink a green power shake to stay alkaline. Eat plant-based diet and follow the 80-10-10 rule 80% of the time. Love, accept, and honor your temple so much that you make healthy choices and you'll see your body change. So that is just a huge one. And I hope that this week has shown you that. And then, of course, number 5, do your daily yoga and meditation. I honestly do not know where I would be without the gift of yoga and meditation in my life. Yoga is a never-ending journey of self-discovery. Every time I get on the mat and I am able to see where my life is I'm able to see in my life where I am not practicing my yoga, which means where I'm not in union or alignment with my higher truth. Then I use my breath, my postures, and meditation to get back to that place of balance. It's never too late to try yoga classes. To try yoga, and classes and studios are abundant. Find a class that works for you, come to one of my retreats, or sign up for my 7-day online journey of transformation. See, I didn't even have the name for this program, Shakti Activation, when I wrote this book. Or simply roll out your mat and let your body and your breath guide you what to do. Just do your yoga, even if it's for 5 minutes. It's important. I don't think I have to say anything more about yoga, guys. I am so passionate about it. And yoga doesn't have to be these postures or what you did. Yoga is anything that makes time stand still for you. So yoga could be painting. Yoga could be gardening. Yoga could be dancing. It doesn't have to be a vinyasa flow. It's anything where your mind and body and soul are connected, or you're just in a flow. It is so good to access that state as often as possible. Amy says, love yoga studio in Montego Bay. I don't have a yoga studio yet, Amy. One day I'll get another one, but not yet. Number 6, so important, find people who inspire you and support you. Do you know that you're the sum total of the 5 people that you spend the most time with? So it is so important that the people you spend time with are uplifting you. The people that you follow on social media are uplifting you. The things you watch on Netflix are uplifting you. Oh my God, that's a hard one to find. Anything on Netflix that's not dark and evil, right? Daddy's asking, can I meditate in Shavasana? So when you're lying down, yes, as long as you don't fall asleep, right? The meditation, it is a state of deep relaxation, but it's conscious relaxation. When we're asleep, we're in unconscious relaxation. So yes, you can do meditation. And I even do meditation when I'm running. Like I use my breath and I use a mantra while I'm running sometimes. So just make sure that you are around people that love you and support you and find the strength to see less of or spend less time with people who are not supporting you anymore or uplifting your energy. Giving back. As the prayer of St. Francis says, it is in the giving that we receive. Hi, baby. Hey. Yeah, I'm almost done. Hello, this is Noah. I'm almost done. Okay. Say hi, Noah. It's my youngest, my baby. Everybody says hi, Noah. It is in the giving that we receive. Find a way to serve those that are less fortunate for you and give back, not for the thanks or the recognition, but to help those in need feel love and feel important. I know how hard it is, guys, with our busy life and all the things that happen in our own life. But if you ever want to feel good, get out of your own head and your own drama of your own life, go and help others. It's the most beautiful thing. And it's a big, important part of a yogic lifestyle. It's called Seva, giving back. And number 8 is take care of myself. Self-care. We've practiced it this week. Remember, nobody's going to do that for you. Nobody. And I always use this quote by Jim Rohn, which is in the book, and I think I've mentioned it also. It says, I will take care of me for you if you will take care of you for me. So remember when we got married, we used to say, I will be there with you for you in sickness and in health and in the good times and the bad times. Well, nobody's going to take care of you, right? And with your partner too, you should say, you take care of yourself. I'm taking care of you. You take care of yourself. You take care of yourself first so that you can show up for everybody else. Number 9 is detox often mentally and physically. I think you have all seen from this program that this is not just a physical detox, and how important it is every so often to not just physically detox, but mentally detox as well. A true detox is a time to reassess your life and see if you're still living joyfully, peacefully, and lovingly. And if not, do something about it. Life is too short. Let go of fear and release those things, people, habits, and careers that are no longer serving your highest good. Trust that when you do so, the universe will guide you to the place that you need to be. And then number 10 is make this the best day of your life. And I'll tell you a little story and then I'll close. So in 2014, or now 2019, 5 years ago, I got a phone call out of the blue to ask if I could host the world's oldest living yoga master. She had just entered the World Book of Records as the world's oldest living yoga master. She was 96 at the time, so that was 5 years ago. Well, must have been 4 years ago. It was 2014 when I met her. Anyway, she's now 100. She's still teaching yoga. She's still driving her car. And I hosted her here in Jamaica twice. And I got to spend a lot of time with her. And one night I asked her, you know, her name is Tao Portion Lynch. Look her up, TaoPorchonLynch. She's incredible. And I asked her, what are your top 3 secrets to living this life? She's the most positive, joyful, incredible person. Thinking she would tell me some yoga pose she does every day or some green juice every day. No, she eats ice cream every day, by the way, but you didn't hear that. And she said that 3 things. Number 1 is pain is a manifestation of your mind. So that one was a little like, what? So this woman has had several hip replacements. She's been through world wars. She has been through deaths and births and everything that you can imagine. She hasn't had an easy life. And she said, you forget about the pain and you move through life. You just continue, you keep going. The next thing she says is, life is short. So she's like 100 now, but life is really short, and do not procrastinate, because you cannot imagine how short life is. And that don't put off the things that you want to do. She decided at the age of 70 that she'd become a ballroom dancer. And at 94 or 95, when I met her, she was on America's Got Talent as ballroom dancing with her partner, who was 50 years her junior, a 30-year-old dancer. This woman is phenomenal. But the last thing that she said, she says, every single day before I move a muscle, when I open my eyes, I say, this is the best day of my life. She said, I close my eyes and I just repeat, this is the best day of my life. This is the best day of my life. This is the best day of my life. No matter what I'm going through, this is the best day of my life. And I started to practice that. And truthfully, I've kind of been forgetting about that little practice now. And I'm so happy to be reminded of that, because it really changes the actual chemistry of your body, especially when you're having the worst day of your life, right? This is the best day of my life. So it's every day that you're alive, it's the best day of your life. So try it. As you open your eyes in the morning, just repeat that mantra. This is the best day of your life. This is the best day of your life. It's the best day of your life. It is life-changing. So my beautiful friends, those are my 10 things that I do practically every day to stay inspired. And especially in those days where I'm not feeling it at all, and I just go back to my tools. I reach into that toolbox. So now you have the same toolbox that I have, and I encourage you to practice every day. And especially when the waves of life come crashing down, you're not up here high on the wave, you need that support. Find it on the yoga mat. Find it by taking an Epsom salt bath. Find it by doing your breathing practices. Find it with these tools that you have now in your toolbox. So I just wanted to thank each and every one of you for being on this journey and for trusting yourself and trusting the process, and most of all for trusting me. And it's been an absolute honor and a joy and a pleasure to take you on this journey. So I mean that from the bottom of my heart. And I hope that I'll see you all again in June for Shakti activation. You know, just 1 week to pull back and reassess and get you ready for the summer. My next yoga retreat, live yoga retreat, will be at Jake's in Treasure Beach again. I cannot wait. And it's October 26th to the 31st, and it is going to sell out. So I'm actually think on Wednesday, you guys are going to be the first people that are going to get that ability to hold a space for that retreat. We're going to put that in an email to this group. You're so welcome, everyone. Part of my self-care, I spent the weekend in Treasure Beach, Marcia says. Spent time on the beach. It was great. I would not have gone if it were not for the program. Oh, Marcia, that is so exciting. I'm so happy. Come back with us, please, to Treasure Beach. The retreat's there. It's such a beautiful part of the retreat. I'm so happy you did that, Marcia. That's amazing. Thank you, Amy. Grateful for the experience. Thank you, Jackie. Thank you. This journey has been amazing. Please thank your family as well. Yes, my family is so supportive of me. Thank you, Deborah, Lila. Enjoyed it. Karine, oh, thank you, thank you. And Danny, I'm there in October. Yes, that's what I want to hear. It'd be so fun for all of us to connect in that setting. And it's not a pure detox, by the way. You can have a glass of wine. It's clean eating, but there's a glass of wine if you want it. It's so relaxing and beautiful. And I can't wait to share that part of Jamaica with you. And the only thing I ask you guys in return is we'll send out an email tomorrow reminding you about your post detox and how important it is. Think about that. Do not forget what I told you today. And to ask you, while it's fresh in your mind, to just say a few words. If you have a testimonial, something you'd like to share, whether you want your name on it or not, if you felt like this program served you, just put it in a testimonial. People want to know how other people felt on this program, and it is so important to share testimonials, and that's the only thing I ask for you guys to just fly me back that. Oh, thank you, Parina. She says, thanks, Share On, for sharing your gift. Thank you very much. My best friend, Tammy Hart, says, my name is Sharon because I share everything, and I do. So I share things that have helped me. Yoga helped me so much in my life. I decided to own my yoga studio. Aromatherapy helped me so much. That's just who I am. And this program helped me so much that I want to share it with as many people as I can. And I'm so happy that each and every one of you joined us. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Jessica says, thank you. I put the book on my list. The yoga practices were amazing. They're there for you, Jessica. Lila says she's coming in October. Yay. Save the date already. 26th to the 31st. Vivian can tell you she was on my live yoga retreat. And then she said, I've gained so much from the retreat at Treasure Beach, and then continuing the program the week later in this format. Thank you, Vivian. I'm so happy you were able to do that. Now it's part of your DNA. So with that, let's close our eyes and let us just hold our hands up as if we were holding somebody's hand on this sacred circle. And I just feel so much love and energy and connection to this group. I honestly feel your energy through this field of consciousness, and so grateful for this tool of the internet that we have to share this work together. And I thank each and every one of you for being here, for yourself, for each other. I hope that you take all of this knowledge and share it with those in your home, your immediate family, the people that work with you and for you, your family. And I hope you share it with your community and everybody that you can. Turn people on to this information. It's important. It's important for the planet, and it's important for each and every one of us. So take a deep breath in. Just open your mouth and just let it go. One more time. Deep breath in. Thank you again. Remember, officially have tonight, go to bed early. You're going to see yourself so full of vitality when you go about what you need to do tomorrow morning, whether you go to work or whatever it is you do in your life. Please share your testimonials with me. And again, namaste. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a beautiful evening. God bless you. And if you did want the cookbook or a t-shirt, just write me and we'll send dialogue and we'll get it out to you. Namaste. Thank you. Put on my glasses to end.